Listen, here we go. This is my Real Talk Show with you. We are outside the state capitol, as you see on the little panorama. We are here after the audit results. And of course, my buddy, and I've known him for a long time now, and he's a businessman from Scottsdale, Arizona. We can't go front. He's also an activist. He's done so much for the party as well. I don't want to get into a big resume of his because he's huge and it's not going to end. His name is Bill Crawford, my friend and colleague in being activist for the GOP.
Hi, George.
How are you, sir?
Good, thank you very much.
I want to thank you so much for speaking with me briefly, and I really appreciate it. Can you really, I want to be like to the point because we don't sugarcoat here.
Let's make it short
Just
and simple.
short and simple, sir.
The ballot counts matching, that doesn't surprise me or anyone else, really.
Right.
That's why they ran 2 other audits.
Right.
What surprises me, I think the big story here, the headline is, we discovered that there were lots and lots and lots of ballots that should never have been counted.
Right.
When the sum total of those is figured out, is that enough to change the results of this election?
Right.
That's the find, that's the question.
That is the question. So when you sat down as soon as you, were you optimistic? Like, what was the feeling walking into this thing? I mean, this is very important.
Well,
because
my
from all this time
was tainted because I had already heard some of these preliminary
Oh,
reports
you did?
from the
Okay.
drafts.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, but I immediately thought when I read those, the answer isn't in the count of the ballots.
No.
The answer is in should the ballots have been counted. And that's the deep dive that has to take place here.
So what did you take away from this today? Since, like, what would you take home with you?
Voter fraud.
Because I'm voter fraud.
Voter fraud. And that we've got to do a better job of enforcing the laws that we have, and we need new laws on the books so that we have election integrity. And what a better place to present this in front of the lawmakers.
From the lawmakers.
They're going to get this, they're going to do their job.
You think they're going to do it this time?
I do.
I think
do.
so. I've seen them work so hard, and I had to use that word diligently because everybody said, George, you're very nice to everybody. The problem is, it's not I'm a nice guy to begin with, but I watched them how hard they work. Like you, I've seen you work as hard as you can to get the job done.
This was,
and that's what I see from everyone.
This was a volunteer effort. There was
Yes.
people that had passion for their country,
Yes.
passion for
You love their
election
country.
integrity. And I always said to people that said we shouldn't be having an audit, I said, well, what do you have against election integrity?
Right.
It doesn't matter what side you're on. We want to know that our elections are secure and safe.
Isn't this about? No, I noticed tonight they didn't mention anything about the Constitution today.
No, not today.
Not a
one
word. Is that like a taboo, or like what was the, like, nobody mentioned a quote? I expected a quote. None
today.
What do you think of that? Is this like was done by design, or this is like
I think
that's how it
everybody
is?
should reread 1776.
77. That's what I mean. You think they don't know?
And that's a good point.
Do you
of
think
reference.
it's uncharted?
Yeah.
I'm going out of the way because it kind of shocked me, because they didn't make, just like if I'm playing football, and you go in and there's no marriage.
That's our point of reference, and we're running in the dark.
In
right
the dark,
now,
yeah.
and all kinds of confusion.
Don't you have rules?
If you get confused and you don't know where you are,
You go to
look
the
at the
rule.
Constitution.
The Constitution.
And the Bill of Rights. And the Bible.
Each company has a bylaw.
Yeah.
That's why they have those bylaws, so when they have trouble, they go to them. I noticed today they didn't go anywhere.
Correct.
And I'm sorry, folks, ladies and gentlemen, because as you see, people just excited.
Right. George, thanks.
I want to thank you, Mr. Crawford, so much for giving me this
Appreciate it. Anytime.
few minutes. I'm sorry, like the circumstances is kind of loud. Oh, damn.